I was driving in the car with a client, and we were on our way to a conference that I was producing and they were speaking at. And they said, "How do I up my game with human connection?" And I just very immediately said, "It has to cost you something." I remember the reaction was just confusion. Like, what does that mean? I'm going to give you the 4 things that are happening in the brain. It very much goes into the thing I talk about, reflection, that lets the viewer feel the same way that you feel. They relax, they trust you. You occur to them as present, so then they become present as well. And if you don't do that, you occur the opposite. You occur as somebody not being vulnerable, not sharing their story, and not taking a risk. And then a different thing happens in the brain that says, oh, this person is unsafe, they're presentational, performative, they're not coming across as real to me. And it literally makes their brain work harder, like you're talking at them versus sharing with them. Okay, here are the 4 things that are actually happening in your brain. Mirror neurons kick in, or AKA connection kicks in, because you're present, you're invested, you're emotionally engaged, and then the person in the audience sees that and mirrors what they see. If it doesn't cost you anything, you're not present, you're not invested, you're not emotionally engaged, mirror neurons do not turn on because there's nothing to mirror, and therefore disconnect. I mean, it's really just brain science. So the more that it costs you, the more it will cost them. It's just reflection. But those mirror neurons are what is connecting us to our audience. You're in it with them, and then they can feel it. That's trust. Okay, number 2, your amygdala kicking in, or your threat detector. So if you are presentational or performative or faking it like an expert, their amygdalas will kick in and something will say to them, this isn't real. And they push away and trust goes away. Disconnect shows up. So that's number 2. Either mirror neurons are kicking in or your amygdala is kicking in. Number 3, oxytocin. That's the trust hormone. That comes from story, vulnerability, and human specificity. This is very, very much what actors do all the time. When you're an actor, you have to be super, super specific. And the more specific you are, the more trust that you get. Basically, if the oxytocin kicks in because you're being vulnerable and engaging and you're telling a story, it's costing you something. The chemistry of trust is getting that oxytocin to kick in. And they get it off of you. They get it off of you. So if you're laying it on the line, if you're putting it out there, if it's costing you something, that oxytocin will kick in your audience or anybody that you're talking to, and that brain chemistry of trust is then in play and you're golden. But it's got to cost you something. And then number 4, cognitive load, which means if you're performative and presentational and you're not being specific, their brain has to work overtime to try to keep up, and they're trying to suss out presence. They're trying to suss out truth, and it's tiring. You'll know if you're being performative or you're being present by the looks on the people's faces. And if you can't see their faces, you'll know by, are you getting a response or not? Did it make an emotional connection to them because it made emotional connection with you? I wanted to make this video because the Edelman Trust Barometer says that CEO trust is in decline in 2025 and 2026. There's quite a bit of chatter about that. And it's within your grasp, but it has to cost you something. If it doesn't cost you anything, why would it matter to anybody else? You've got this. Be a little vulnerable. Tell a story. Share. Don't sell. I love you, human. Stay curious.